Welcome to Rachel's Reading Garden. Today I'm going to share with you some of our favorite books from Usborne Books More that all have to do with history. The first up is Dogs in Space, and this is a great picture book that's about the true story of the first two dogs that went into space and came back. And it shows how they were selected because they had to have certain size to fit in the capsule, and then how they were trained so that they could go into outer space. And it's just a great look at how that went about and how they came back. It'd be great for animal lovers and for those studying outer space. It also in the back has this great journey to space timeline with some of the big major important events as humans traveled to space for the first times. Next up is Epic Expeditions from Bear Grylls. There's 5 different amazing expeditions in here, including Bear Grylls' trek through the Northwest Passage. But we also have Lewis and Clark and Livingston and Stanley, Burks and Willis, and Amundsen and Scott. So lots of different time periods. There's lots of great colored photos in here to show the locations. There's pictures of statues and photographs and drawings that were made or done during the time period, and maps. So lots of great information in here. If you have someone who's interested in adventures and the outdoors or a history lover, this is a really fun book to have them read. The next up is Short History of the World. How great is that? I've really enjoyed reading this one. As an archaeology major, I enjoyed using it sort of as a refresher for myself. So it has the timeline here, and it gives you the major bites of information as things were going along through history. It starts with early man and how they were settling when they first started to settle. It hits on the different areas of the world as different highlights happen. The end of each section, there's a great little timeline that is actually organized by location. So you can kind of compare and contrast what happened during that time in different locations around the world. So that is a great one, either as a refresher for history or to get someone interested in world history. This one would go along with it really well. This is the history of the world in 100 pictures. And so this is very similar. It would go along really well. It has the timeline, but it's showing all those amazing artifacts, paintings, statues, tools, lots of different things with little bites of information to go along with them to just bring world history to life. It would be great to have them look through this and you could find the different things that really interested them and then go and get some more information about that part of history or that part of the world. This is a really fun book. This is called The Medieval Messenger. This was brought back in the Usborne Vault a year or two ago, and it is still available on our website. It is amazing. Basically, it's all about medieval history, but it is written in newspaper style. So it's really fun to read through it, learn about medieval history, but in such an easy, accessible format. And I actually have caught my husband reading through this. He is a huge history buff, and it's just a really fun way to learn about that time in history. The last one I want to show you, as an archaeologist, I've worked in museums, and this is a really fun introduction to museums. It's called See Inside a Museum. It is one of our Lift the Flap. See Inside, Lift the Flaps have a lot more information, a lot more detailed information, and they're good for a little bit older child. And so this you can see is Welcome to the Museum. It shows you all different types of museums. So we have treasures from the past, like the Terracotta Army. And going on, we have Wonders of Science for science museums, transportation museums, all the different natural history museums, all the different museums. This is one of my favorite pages. This is Behind Closed Doors, and it talks about archiving, how they store things in museums, and then how they put displays together for the public to view. This is the Putting on the Show, where it talks about all the different people that work together to bring history to life in a museum. So that is See Inside a Museum. So those are a couple great history books from Usborne Books and More. And